All right, everyone. Welcome back to the podcast today. We have, as always, the Ruiz brothers here at the bottom. Matt Del Sol is returning to the channel, but first time on the channel, hopefully not the last. The reigning CKNA South winner, maybe champion, if I'm looking at the points with all the wins he has, which is Jorge that doesn't have. So it's kind of great. We have Sean Meier here on the channel, Coyote Driver. Welcome. But before we get into the podcast, on the 11th, we lost a dear friend, someone that's a huge part of the karting community down here in the Florida scene. And I know that he's made out of state, made it out of the country as well. He's pretty much has raced everybody here on the podcast. And Neil Bryanback, our brother, our friend, or he was just as a feared competitor as he was kind on track, off the track. He had no problem pushing you against the wall, but once you got back to the pits, he had no problem helping you out with anything that you needed. So I know Jorge, you got to race with him a lot more than I did. What's your fondest memory of Neil? Talk a little bit about the man. So,
yeah, man, Neil. Jesus, I'm a lost for words, guys. I read the post, and it just, he always posts something. I haven't been posting for a while, and I don't know what to say. My fondest memory of the guy is I think it was first SSKC. I was getting my butt spanked because my motor was not doing well. So Miguel was nice enough to swap motors, but we didn't align the chain. So before we even took the flag, I threw the chain, parked it. Next lap, he takes one lap, breaks the chain, and we're sitting next to each other. He ends up winning the championship because he did one more lap than me. And every time he came on the track, I swear to God, that guy, he never saw you coming. He never saw you coming. He's like, I didn't even see you. I'm like, oh, come on. And he'd be like, oh, you're so rough. I'm like, no. But actually, the fun, it's his birthday party. Miguel and I went to Tampa. It was raining. We went out. He ran out the track at Anderson, and we had this big ass practice day in the wet. But it was afterwards. We went down to a brewery, and we got hammered with him and learned a whole bunch of shit about him. And I think that was the best time. And dude, the guy was I'm just fucking shocked, guys. He just never gave up. And I knew, we all know cancer is a pain in the ass and a bitch, but I honestly did not think it would ever happen and come to Neil. So, yeah.
So
it's hard.
Yeah. It goes back to what we said on the previous podcast or the one before, guys. Especially these people at the track that you meet, you don't realize how close you get to them, how you start to consider yourself family. Hey, if you go more than a few days, more than a few weeks without reaching out and talking, just send them a text, tell them you care, you care, and thank them for everything that they ever done for you on track, because we just never know. You can go talking to someone every single day, and then just like that, it could be over. Sean, did you have any experiences with him on track? Did you get to race against him?
Yeah, I did. I met him in Bushnell last year at a CKNA South race. Super nice guy. He always had a smile on his face, and I think I passed him in practice, and he didn't give me a whole lot of room. He put me on right in the grass, but
right.
We laughed about it afterwards. So super nice guy. Really a sad moment here.
Yeah. So now let's get going on here. Miguel, do you got anything to say?
I do. I remember when we were down at Henderson, and it was for SSKC, and Jorge just had back surgery, so he was missing out the first two rounds. And I said, Neil, man, them decals look good. He said, yes, I need them. This is the only time they're going to look good until Jorge gets back on track.
You see, he always blamed me. He's always blamed me, dude.
And then he was saying, I'm going to stop running decals.
Tire mark.
Yeah. He said, and then he stopped running decals, and I remember him saying that the side pods are cheaper to replace than it was the decals. so for a while, he didn't have decals. He just had the white side pods with just the 88 on it.
Yeah. And Matt, did you get a chance to run along at all with Neil?
So him and I never raced against him. The one session I ran with him, he punted me in Jacksonville. So after the long straightaway, he balling out of control on the AEM cart. He just sent me into the corner, and I was like, well, I guess that was it. But after that, it's actually funny. Him and we message on Facebook more often, just talking about setups and the OTK stuff, because he was learning from the Gabriels and he was kind of just like talking to me about it. So when he got his OTK, we were just talking through that. So he's a great man, and his soul is pure and one of those that you can't replace.
Yep. So he'll definitely be on track with us for sure. All right, Sean. So this is your podcast. You are here. Going back into 2021, looking at some of the stats, your name had come up in some of the CKNA events, top 5, 6, somewhere in there. But something happened 2022, this whole new round of Cup Karts. You have really, really turned it on. I believe it's 2 wins in a row. I could be wrong, but I believe it's 2 weeks in a row in the heavy class. Again, something that Jorge does not have. But I mean, talk to us about the difference between last year and this year. I'm not sure if you were in a Coyote last year, just as yours this year. Talk a little bit about your Coyote program and why you're with them. So.
Yeah, so I've been with Coyote for a long time. Jim's been great to me. On my 21st birthday, my birthday's on Christmas. He flew down for the Daytona Nationals, and he took me out to all the clubs, and I've been with him ever since then. So we had a good time. And,
Damn it.
Gave me a good time for my 21st birthday. So
I said about a Coyote.
Yes.
I know.
We're gonna have to get you off the GM, Miguel.
Jim sounds like Farshad.
I know.
But Coyote's been great. I had my daughter in October, so maybe that's what helped me get over the hump here. I've been racing a little more lately. So we won Jacksonville, won Monticello. Jorge was coming at the last lap on Sunday in Monticello, but we were able to squeeze out that victory with that engine issue he had. But 4 heavy runs in a row. Yeah.
Sean, how do you say your last name? Meier. Yeah, it just looks weird the way it's said. Yeah, I was coming hard, man. I was gonna get that ass too.
You were coming.
You weren't gonna finish the race.
I was waiting for you at the end of the straightaway going into that bowl, the right-hand bowl. I was like, oh man, he's coming at this corner.
It was both of us. We were.
It was both. Matt was pushing hard too, so it was both of us. It wasn't just me coming. I had a hard pusher, and we both were going to take it up on the inside of the bowl.
Yeah, I was waiting for it. Race. So it was.
Once we dropped Jim, he was like a freaking pestering ant. Jesus. God darn, man. Every time I would pass him, somehow he'd get by me. I'm like, God. And I was like, I got to wreck him.
He wasn't too happy with me. He wasn't too happy with me because Jorge sent it to him on the bowl, and I went 2 tires in the dirt to follow Jorge through, and he just started putting his hands up, and I'm like, I had to do what I got to do. Sorry.
Yeah, we got to break you up.
That's the only way.
So Sean, I wasn't
going to push him.
Yeah. Sean, are you a privateer? Are you fully sponsored? Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, so I've been with Coyote for a long time. So they've sponsored me. Mark and Jim are great people to have in our life. They came to my wedding. They're great people, and they've always been there for me. So really like working with them. So been with them for a long time. Jim's had a lot of things happen in his life where he's having a kid coming, so he doesn't come to the races as much. So Charlotte, he was able to fly in for Sunday, so it was great to see him and get that win for him on Sunday.
That's a great. And what engine package are you running from?
So I got 2 different ones. I run a Kart City and I have a GT machine. Both of them are great motors. So
what do you like better?
Yeah, which one's better?
The Kart City was better at Charlotte. Last year, the GT was faster. So it really depends on the track and the scenario. But GT, I won medium last year. And then after Charlotte's medium race, I really didn't race too much. And then the Kart City was stellar this year. So it really just depends on the track and the day. I mean, they're both great motors.
John went out on the high after Charlotte last year. He won medium. He's like, all right, we're good here. Take a break.
Take a break.
I did the same thing. If I would have won, I'd be like, y'all ain't going to get a chance next year. I'm staying home.
I'll be retired.
Right?
I'm staying home.
Now, how was as the weekend went on, how was your progression with the track? What kind of changes did you make that weekend in Charlotte? Like, what was your experience for that event?
Oh my gosh, man. The first time out in heavy practice, I was like, oh, we're way off. Like, I ended up switching frames the week before. So I put it together that week before. I'm like, we're in the 49s. I was like, this is rough. I'm like, then we went out for medium. I was like 48.5. and like, the cart's not gripping at all. So we changed axles. Middle of the day, we changed axles back to where we were. And then I'm like, all right. And just kept changing wheels and kept progressing throughout the day. And then every day the track changed. Saturday it's like a different axle. Sunday it's a different axle. It just kept progressing. The track kept getting more grip. But it was like, it was a lot of work. I had my uncle there, Uncle Brad, and my dad. They were putting all the work into it. So it was nice having them there. And I was changing weights and they were changing axles.
So you kept loosening up the cart pretty much as the weekend went on. Is that?
Oh yeah, the track kept gaining grip every day, so we kept going to a harder axle as the weekend progressed. So.
Okay. And gearing, did you do much gearing change or?
Yeah, between heavy and medium, we changed one tooth. We started out in the 21 driver, and then we ended up on a 19 at the end of the weekend. So just to get off the corner a little better. Yeah, some of those guys were really running a lot of gear. I think Overbeck had a tooth on me. It felt like he came out of the corner pretty good, but his car was also working really well. But yeah, it was a lot of trying to get off the corner a little bit better.
So you just say one car for both classes?
Yeah, so flipping weight back and forth, gear, tires, one car both classes. But it's a little bit of work, but
it's a lot of work.
That's a lot of work. Not a little bit. That's a lot of work.
Yeah.
We tried it with two. Tried it with two. That was a lot of work.
Yeah. Especially when you know it's not handling good at medium. You're like, I don't have enough time to even change anything for heavy. You're like, I guess I'm just going to have to run it the way it is.
I know. That's where you're like, all right, man, I got to change tires, got to change gear, weight. What do you do with the cart setup? And when you're struggling,
exactly. When
like,
you throw the weight, you throw the weight on, you're like, well, the cart just completely changed now. And you're like, I don't know what's up to go with.
Yeah, we were actually freer with the weight on than with it out in Charlotte. And I made a mistake in the final on Sunday. I tightened it up a little bit and it was the wrong way to go, but for the medium final. But it was a lot of fun. I mean, I had a great time racing with those guys.
Is there any anything specific from the weekend that stands out for you that you're like, man, that was that pass, that series? Did you get on track with the scuffle with anybody? Was it passing Jorge? Was it passing Matt? You know what
he was too far ahead. We weren't even near
we weren't even near them. Like he was so fast. I didn't want to go near him in practice.
I got close on Saturday, and then I shit the bed on Sunday, and then I just fell. So I got close.
Oh yeah, no, Matt sucked all day Friday. He was depressed, and he came out. All he did, I told him, just swap the axle during dinner. Marshall said, swap the axle. He's like, we're swapping the fucking axle.
Yeah, damn
we're
right.
swapping the axle. And next thing you know, bam, 13th. I'm like, why don't you just listen to me from the beginning?
Listen, when Marshall Martin speaks, you just listen. There is no questions there.
You just do it. You just go with it.
Yeah, I listen to him, Marshall. I listened to you, and I thought the chassis I thought I was in a coffin.
For those of you that don't know, who is Marshall? Who is Marshall?
Yoda, man. He's Yoda. just look for Yoda in a CRG jacket and pants and shirt.
He
CRG
is really decked out.
Yoda.
He is
CRG. I'm surprised
you cannot miss him.
like this. CRG. Tattooed.
You see his tattoo on his shoulder? He was like CRG.
Talking about
LSR. Cat Chaos.
Yeah, so talking about CRG, congrats to the Perkins this weekend, winning at that Cup event that happened here in Orlando. So
I'm glad a Florida boy won that.
Yep, another Florida guy showing up, and a CRG. Yeah. So good for him. It looks like he's picking up some speed. I'm not sure.
That thing is rolling.
James had some bad luck on Sunday. He lost an oil cap going out for the final. So.
Oh yeah.
He lost a motor.
Yep, too much compression on that Stewart motor.
Hey, Stewart, another motor.
Stewart.
He decked out for Charlotte, man. Perkins had all 4 motors, whole thing set up, 2 CRGs, 2 Margays. They were all decked out for Charlotte.
Just 10 grand for a 206 event, no big deal.
Wow.
It's like we were talking sauce.
Yeah, it's like we were talking last weekend about how James was saying, "Oh yeah, 206 is real cheap," and I'm over here looking at Nick, not for this guy. That whole AM10 and then like 20,000 carts. Hey, he's like, that wasn't cheap.
Hey, I'm buying some parts
so
from them this week, so we'll see how that goes.
What?
I'm buying some parts from AEM this week, so I have a shipment coming in next week. I'll have a.
Just buy his chassis. Just buy the whole chassis. You'll have
Just
another
buy
one.
the chassis on. Just sell the Tony and buy the chassis he runs.
Why would I do that? My chassis is newer
it's
than that
fast.
one.
Because it's fast.
Listen, when it comes to the Florida stuff, just wait for this Tony to come alive. Charlotte, I cannot speak for that.
We got beef.
Ooh.
What do you get, Matt? What kind of parts?
Some axles and some fun stuff from him.
Can you send us a list, like the PDF file, kind of just like name all the part numbers? We don't care about the prices, just
Motor.
Oh yeah.
I got a question, Sean. So you run 40 millimeter in the Coyote and 50 millimeter?
Yeah,
You've
so I ran 40 and 50.
right?
Yeah,
Which
so
one
I
do
have
you
a
like
40
better?
setup. 50. 50 is the way to go. I've been on the 50 since Charlotte last year, and it's just been the way to go with everything. It gives you a little more off the corner, in my opinion, and it's just, come off the corner, it's just an extra quarter cart length, half a cart length. It's just that little bit extra, and I really like the 50.
Is it easy to drive, or is it like, setup wise, or just that spring off the corner? Because I sometimes feel though in the high speed sections, those 40 might have a little bit on the 50s.
Yeah, I honestly think the 50 is easier. I come from racing tag carts back in the day and shifter carts, and we are always on 50, and it's just that little extra spring off the corner. I haven't noticed a whole lot difference in driving. Maybe a little more stability with the 50, but it's easier to tune on too. I love the 50.
So how
Yeah,
long?
I'm the same way. I'm 50.
I gotta call Paul. Hey man, I need a 50 setup on the MGM. Yeah, that
was on that 50.
Yeah, I saw a lot of mixture between like 50s and 40s, and Jorge can back me up on this. I remember when we first started karting, we had the TBs like 6 years ago. Everybody's like, man, 50s, you guys are fucking suck. And all of a sudden now, 6 years later, all these chassis are starting to grow and put 50s on the rear. But I think
everybody
honestly,
complain.
Yeah, I think both works very well because Dylan was still on the 40, and then a lot of other guys were on the 50. I think it's just got to do a lot with the kart setup and the driving too. That's huge. So I think
your driving style is not good for 40, Miguel.
Who, mine?
Your driving style. Yeah, I think it's not good. You finally start slowing your hands down and start getting it, but I'm a 50 guy for life.
I hate I wish you guys just videotape me outside. I don't understand y'all saying my driving style. I feel like I'm driving
into a corner and this is your
hands.
Yeah, you go into
I
a
can't
corner
see you. Hold on.
No, can you see me now?
Yeah, I can see
you. You go in the corner like this, and then you're like, you're like this. You were Tokyo drifting the whole time.
That looks so dumb. God, what you guys said that to
you look like Matt. You look like Matt out there. You look like Matt. Matt goes.
Like,
yeah. And he makes it, but Matt makes it happen on the OTK.
But yeah,
if he was down the MGM, he would have spun out. He'd be like, wee!
On two wheels.
And that's the thing. That was the difference of it. Like going from that, driving a whole nother chassis where I was loose all freaking weekend. Like, I think the one major setup I did was I actually had to put I did get a little tight on the Sunday morning practice. Yeah, I added a seat strut and that went away right away. So, and then
you see how weird that is?
Complete opposite.
You said you had the seat strut. Exactly. You say you had a seat strut and you got loose.
Yeah,
we had a seat strut. We get tight as hell.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was real hoppy around that the first two left-handers, and it started hopping pretty good, and then we added a seat strut, and that went away right off the rip. Yeah, and I got yelled at because I did put on the 180s, the smaller wheels, because I was like, this thing is just stupid loose, and you don't have that with a TV. This thing is, so I got yelled at for that. So I had to go back to the wider wheels. And I think that's what was killing me too, since the back was so free, it jerking it like that. That's bad time to go test a new kart.
yeah.
Not a great idea.
So was there a difference? Sean went on the new kart.
Sean went on the new kart. No, you made it work.
Yeah,
but it's Sean.
So I had a prototype. had a prototype before, a little bit thicker tubing, and we went with a standard cart for Charlotte. And same seat. Our seat was a little bit soft, so I got another one coming. Barry's going to help me install it too, Jorge. So you're in good hands with Barry.
Yeah. So all right. So I got a question. The other cart thicker, so it was a stiffer chassis.
Yeah, the other cart was a little bit thicker. The middle bars were 1.25 inches. So we were trying something out and went back to the 1.8 tubing. So it's working.
So
I'm building a chassis next year.
So I'm trying to get information out of it. So what the overall chassis of the Coyote is it a soft chassis or a hard chassis?
I think it's more of a softer chassis. It definitely flexes, not like yours where it's going to pick up a foot and slam down on the ground. But,
yeah. Do you like running a harder seat or a softer seat in it?
So I had a soft seat right now. I went to like a medium soft. I'm gonna try that out and see how it goes. But I definitely like the flex. I mean, you got to get it the inside rear off the corner when you're turning. So I like the softer parts.
I do feel all the American chassis are stiffer than anything coming from Italy. And
stuff. Yeah, exactly. I think so.
And there's just the variances in how stiff they are. Like you're going from Coyotes, as Sean says, probably a little bit softer, but then you go to a Comet or you're going to an MGM, which those chassis are just stiff, and you have to have finesse to get those things to roll right. So it's just a very
the MGM tubing. I look at that Joker, and that thing is thick, Daddy. That's a thick Joker.
This thing got hit and only bent this front bar. It still rolled straight.
Dude,
like a rock.
That thing is like that's a stiff chassis. So I'm used to the old TB. Yeah, the old TB's a stiffer chassis. It's a tank. So you put a softer seat, it worked. On a softer chassis, I put a soft seat in it and it did not work. So I'm still figuring out the TB. I'm going to do testing. I finally have to say, I got to do some testing.
Finally,
because I usually don't like it, all the carts we get. Man, they've been pretty similar, but it's new design. It's completely different. So I need to get some testing into it. But once I get it down, it's going to be fast. I still don't know what the hell I'm doing, and Monticello came alive.
So, Sean, are you going to be running SSKC with us by any chance?
No.
I'm going to look into it. Haven't planned on it yet. I wanted to do a NOLA for the CKNA South series, but we'll see how the entry's rolling. But anything's open right now.
So, do you live here in Florida?
He's in Jacksonville.
Yeah, I'm in Jacksonville.
Oh. Hey, we're neighbors. I live in Middleburg.
Oh, you're real close to me.
Yeah.
He's gonna be like, I'm really not in Jackson. I'm in Orange Park.
I can hear him from here. Yeah,
he's not next door. Don't never give me your address. Do never give me your address. That was the biggest mistake you ever do. That was the biggest mistake you do.
We could be friends.
You running in Jacksonville locals, Miguel?
I thought about running this weekend.
Nice.
Maybe this weekend, and then
I'll be in April.
Maybe I don't know. I got a lot of stuff going on, and I want to get it on a list because I don't have anything, no spares at all for this cart. So I hate for something to happen out there. Hopefully not, but Jacksonville locals are pretty chill though. I mean, it's been a while since I've been to it, so it'll be good. But there's especially 50% chance of rain. I guess I don't know. Hopefully it don't rain.
It always rains at Jacksonville, and
I know
30%. It always finds a way to rain there.
Yeah, let's just piss on this race real quick.
Yeah,
it's Jacksonville. So
yeah, definitely. I'll be out there in April though. It's 103rd Street. If you guys don't know, it's a big long track, 1,000-foot straightaway, big bank turn. It's nice. And they've done a lot, and that wasn't North Florida karting.
North Florida.
The lights are really nice. They are. Really
I heard the lights. Yeah, I know. So I'm excited to get back out there. I haven't been out there in a long time. I'm excited to do some testing.
I want to run all those night races. I saw the schedule for all the night races. I'd definitely be down to do those night races. I think that'd be cool. I think it'd be different. So I'll be down for that.
Get down there. And I'm gonna go down to CKNA South most likely for a NOLA. I was just down there this last. Have you raced at NOLA, Sean?
I've never been there, so I want to check it out. I mean, Greg said it's a super nice facility, so I want to check it out.
The facility is super nice.
I got an upper hand on Sean.
He just came from the 24-hour event down there and got like a nice 8 hours into it. So track is amazing.
If he kicks your ass, I'm gonna laugh.
I don't see any concern from Sean. He's not even phased. He's like 8 hours. You should have drove the whole 24. That's what he just said.
Well, I drove on the old chassis. I got the layout of the truck. Dude, it took literally 5 seconds to figure the layout out. And the gearing on it is
Here we go.
Oh, I'm not gonna tell him the gearing. It's a Monticello thing. It's a Monticello gearing.
Okay.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, dude, it has a long.
He's given Sean enough that he's gonna go out there and whip him, and then Jorge's like, I don't know what happened.
Hey, Jorge,
Well,
I guarantee it's more like an Orlando
straightaway.
gearing, and he just said that just to screw him up. Oh yeah, it's like
No.
Monticello.
No, the thing is,
Orlando.
once you hit the back section of the track, it's very tiring. That track, even with those hard Hoosier tires we had on, it's extremely tiring because there's a section you're flat out for like 7 corners until you hit the back stretch, and you're just flat. I mean, we're doing 57 miles an hour, 58 miles an hour.
Nice,
dude.
It's right
and then you go
right
into
at Monticello gear.
Yeah, and then you go into a chicane portion. Then you go into like a fast chicane to a hard right-hander. I mean, it is freaking. You're with some grippy tires, it's gonna hurt.
I can only imagine those bigger reds, man. Those boys are.
Oh, dude, those freaking things. That's what I was thinking about. Like I was just tired on those Hoosiers. I'm gonna be dead on those things. But I'll be back in NOLA in 2 weeks. I'm going to be testing some more stuff out there.
So. Testing Jorge.
Get ready.
He's getting ready to be.
Oh yeah, I'm not going to get my butt spanked again like that. It was horrible.
There would be no vlogs during that weekend.
No,
sorry. I qualified.
I
qualified 32nd at 34, and I used to not get the setup down. Oh yeah, no, I was horrible. Everybody's like, yeah, but I walked away with a ton of knowledge. Like I used that knowledge for the 24-hour race, a ton of knowledge about chassis setup, a whole bunch, way more than I freaking knew.
I mean, you've only been doing this for 6 years now.
Yeah,
get a hang of
but the thing is, I've never had a chassis like this. The thing is stupid fast. Like I haven't had to touch it on a tight track. It will fly. Orlando, Anderson. I was surprised Monticello did that well, but Monticello did amazing. Pompano, and AMR is going to do great in the hairpins. The kart is stupid fast when the track is tight. It is a rocket ship. When it's a flowy track, I have some issues because I haven't gotten the setup down right. When a track becomes flowy and it's just the kart needs a tight turn or something. But if a flowy track, it's not good. It's not good because I haven't gotten the setup down.
I can't wait to go back to Orlando with this thing. I think it's going to be great. I think
you're going to suck so bad in Orlando with that
thing. The
MGM is going to shit the bed.
No, I don't.
Shit. You're going to be a second slower. And you can't blame it on the track. You're going to be a second slower. Sean, have you driven Orlando?
Yeah, I drove in tag before. I haven't driven it in the 206, but it was more when I was like a parking lot track with a bunch of bumps, and I was like, oof. It was a lot of workout back in the day.
Oh my god, dude! It is so nice. They've done a lot of renovations.
Yeah.
Oh my track, a parking lot track. This isn't rock.
You haven't seen it lately? So subscribe to Jam Racing.
I need to check it out.
You're gonna see the lines. Do not. You're gonna see all the lines.
So, all right, guys. With that, we're gonna wrap it up for the night. Thanks for everybody watching this far. Thanks for all the subscribers, all the support on all the tracks that we go. Sean, you're part of the group now, so you got no excuse. You see us at the pits, just come over, hang out. And that's just looks like you do like yourself some beer. There's always some Modelo or something like that, or Natty Light waiting at the pits.
You can bring your vodka and Red Bull.
Yeah, vodka, Red Bull, all that works. So
he's a Verstappen fan, man.
Yes, he is. That's a good.
He's not a Lewis.
Who's your favorite F1 driver? He's like, I don't even watch F1.
I like Lewis. I like Lewis a lot.
Oh, shit. Stop the podcast. Delete it all.
Well, this episode will never air.
Yeah, wreck him, Jorge. Wreck him. So, but by any chance, do you have any other hardware that Jorge doesn't have around there by any chance?
Oh,
I do, right here.
He was ready.
Shit, he had it right next to him.
Yeah,
buddy.
there it is.
Oh.
Senior heavy national winner, Sean Meier. So
That's a nice trophy too.
It's already got
It's a
saran
nice
trophy.
coating on it too. It's saran wrap. It's saran ceramic coating. That coating. God, that's so hard.
It is. I had to keep it nice. My son loves to grab it, so I have a 2.5-year-old that loves to take it anywhere he can.
as he should.
Yes, he thinks it's his trophy too now.
As he should. So
He needs a TV.
all right, guys. Thanks for watching. Subscribe, call and text those loved ones. Neil, always in our hearts. You definitely won this race and all the next ones, and you'll always be with us. Maybe we'll do something for him at the track. We're all together, but we'll figure it out. So thank you guys, and we'll see you all next time.
Thank you guys.
Glad you guys on track.
Yeah.